So we have just learned what is bank reconciliation, how important is that, and how you can automatically connect your bank account to fetch your bank statement. But in this lecture, we are going to upload the transactions manually. It can happen if you do not want to connect your bank account, or your connection is with your bank is just not available in QuickBooks, or maybe you have the connection but you are missing some transactions in the automatic import and you want to upload that. So we will click on upload transactions, and here you can see we have the option to upload a CSV file or QFX or QBO or OFX or TXT format file. Now here is the problem. Your bank will not give you any of these formats. They will give you either PDF, or you can usually also import the Excel from their online portal. So that two options are available in the bank. So let us say you have received the Excel file or you have downloaded that in the portal. How would you convert your Excel into CSV? Here in my case, I have received this Excel file, or maybe you can say I downloaded that, or maybe you can say that if I received a PDF file from my bank, I have converted that to Excel. How you can do that? If you have any question regarding that, you can ask me. I will let you know some of the tools. By the way, a quick Google search will give you a lot of different options. Right now, let us take a look at the bank statement. Here you can see the first 4 transactions are the one that you can recognize. We have actually recorded them in our QuickBooks Online. But if you look at the last 2 transactions, we haven't recorded them. We were even not aware of it that the bank has applied some bank charges, or there is some interest given by the bank. This usually happens that when you receive the bank statement, you recognize that bank has applied some charges, or there are some other transactions that you were not aware of, but they are correct and you should be recording them now. So rather than going to QuickBooks right now and recording these, I will just upload the bank statement, and there will be an option to record from the bank statement. That will be quick and easy option. So I will use that. So now we are ready to upload this file into QuickBooks, but the problem is this is an Excel file, and the best we can do is we can convert CSV or TXT or other formats. So what you will do is you will click on file here, and then here you will click on save as. In this drop down here you will click, and then you can save it as CSV Macintosh or CSV MS-DOS. Both of these options will work fine, but I will go with CSV Macintosh. By the way, you can save the text file here as well in the similar manner, but anyway, CSV is even better, so I will go with that. And then I will choose the folder where you want to save your file. So just click on this link and it will take you to the place where you can change where do you want to store your CSV file, and in my case I'm fine with that, so I will go with that, and then I will click on save. And this file that is appearing to you now is your newly saved CSV file. It is also giving you the warning that some of the features will be lost and blah blah. Don't worry about that, just close it, this warning. The only thing that we have to remember about CSV is it only converts a single page. So whatever page is open here, it will only convert that specific page to CSV. So if you have multiple pages in your Excel file, that will be lost. That is just one thing that we should be careful. Otherwise, CSVs are just like Excel in our normal work. So having said all of this, now we can go back to our QuickBooks Online and then upload this file. So here let us select the file that we want to upload, and then let's find that in our computer and click on save. And now all you got to do is to click on continue, and then here you will select the bank account where you want to upload. I would say Barclays, and then I will click on continue. So it is asking you some question. For example, is your first row in your file a header? I will say yes, the first row is header. Let me show you. So if I just let me reduce the size of this and let me place it towards the corner so that we can see what is happening. Okay, so is my first row a header? Yes, it is. How many columns show amounts. In my case it is just one column that is giving me the positive value as money received and negative value as money paid. So I will go with this one. And then third question is actually important. What is the date format used in your file? It appears like my date format is date, month, year. So let me see if that is the case here. So I will say date, month, year with dashes. Date, month, year with dashes. Let me show that to you again. So here we have date, month, year with dashes. But this is something that you will have to carefully review. It may give an error, but don't worry, that is a very quick fix that we will apply if the error comes. Okay, so let us continue. In the QuickBooks Online, the date field has been matched with our Excel file's date field. It is correct. But if it is not correct, automatically you will click on this drop down and you will choose the right column. So basically you are telling that this column in my CSV is date, which should be used against the date in QuickBooks Online. Description against description, that is fine. Amount against amount, that is also fine. And check number against. So in my case I don't have a check number column, so I will just ignore that and I will click on continue. And now you can see the problem has appeared, the problem that I was talking about. System is telling you that it is not able to recognize the date in your CSV file. Don't worry, we will quickly fix that. So we can't upload everything from your file, something may be missing, and when we see that, this is the problem here, that date has not been recognized. So having said that, let me show you one more thing. It is telling you that income should generally be the positive number, expense should generally be the negative number. Is that the case in our file? Yes. All the money coming in is positive and all the money going out is negative. But what usually happens is people often do it wrong, because in the bank statement there are two columns, one is called debit and second is called credit, and people don't know that, they often confuse it and do it wrong. If that happens, all you got to do is to click on this reverse all values and it will make the positives the negative now and the negative the positive now. But in our case it was not our problem, we were already right, so I will say keep original values. So there is only one problem that need to be sorted now, and that is this date issue. Let's not worry about that. Let's go to our CSV, click here, and now select this complete column, and now Control 1 for the format options in your Excel file. CSV file, sorry, and then click on date. Here you can see we have multiple date formats that are appearing. You can choose the one you like. I will go with this one, that is 03/14/12. 03/14/12. So what is that? 3 is in this case, of course we are not matching it here, it is just the general date given here for the format consideration. So I would say 03, that is month, 14 that is date, and 12 that is year. So this is how it works. It is MMDDYY, and click on OK. And now save your CSV file. Now we have to go back to QuickBooks Online, and now we have to click on back and back and back, and let's upload the file again. Please make sure you have saved your CSV. Click on that, click continue, select Barclays, continue. Okay, let me select that again. It is not allowing me. Let me just change it once so that it can give me this button back. It usually happens, don't worry about that. And then, is your first row a header? Yes, I have one column. Yes. Date format, in this case I have just chosen is MMDDYY. Let me show that to you again. MMDD, these all are dates with an oblique sign and then year. So MMDDYYYY. Don't worry about this YY. You may be thinking that in my CSV file there are only 2 Ys 25. It is not 2025. Don't worry about that. It is not a problem with year. The only problem is with the month and date. Scroll down, date versus date, description and amount all matched correctly. Click on continue, and you can see this problem is not appearing anymore and all the dates are appearing correctly. So all I need to do is to select the rows that I want to import into QuickBooks. So I will click here so that I can select all of them. But this is again a beautiful thing. If you do not want to import something, you will just uncheck that row and that row will be ignored. Click on continue and it is telling you that QuickBooks will be importing 6 rows. That is fine. Click yes and import has been completed. Click on done. And now we are back to our QuickBooks banking page. Ignore this part. This is just giving you some guide. Let's focus on this page now. This is the page where most of our reconciliation work will be done. And this is very important and a little bit complicated as well. Let's begin that in the next lecture.